I created an automated AI podcast within 2 hours. And obviously I'm going to open source this, so I'm going to drop the link to this repository in the video description, so you can basically take it and generate any podcast that you would like. This is basically a daily newsletter about AI. The initial idea came since I wanted to explore the new capabilities of the text-to-speech model that was published by Google. Gemini 3.1 Flash was published a few days ago, I think like 2 or 3 days ago. And I wanted to see how well it works. So initially I came to the playground and I saw it's pretty cool. And then I spotted the get code capability, which obviously exists there. And I wanted to build something meaningful. And the idea that came to mind was generate an audio podcast daily. And in order to generate a daily podcast, you need to have the freshest data. So I decided to plug in Bright data into the pipeline. And basically the idea evolved. And after 2 hours, I had this repository up and running. And I also had an example, which I will share with you in a moment. But let's first, let me show you first the pipeline. And we go over this step by step. So first of all, every run produces a fresh 2-host podcast episode about today's AI stories. We have 2 voices. Basically, the flow is as follows. Bright data scrapes hacker news, specific subreddits on Reddit, archive, TechCrunch AI, and Google search engine results page. Then it sends everything to Gemini Flash, which ranks all the stories and summarizes them. Then Gemini Flash writes a script for the text-to-speech model. Then the text-to-speech model generates the conversation, and eventually we have, specifically in this instance, a WAV file. Now, before I show you the sample episode, let me show you some of the capabilities of Gemini 3.1 Flash. This is the playground, which is great for just playing around and then exporting the code and sending it to OpenCode or Claude Code or whichever agent harness that you're using. As you can see here, you have the script, which you can very easily adjust. You can also adjust the tone by adding anything that you would like. So admiration, adoration, aggression, amusement. You can add sadness, maybe not sadness, but you can add enthusiasm, for example. Then you just click the run button. So basically you send the prompt and it's going to generate everything. Let's send the prompt. You also have a library of different speakers. You can choose their style, you can choose the pace, you can choose the accent, and you already have like out of the box ready.
Welcome back to the show. Today we're diving into the intersection of AI and creative expression.
Exactly. I've got so many thoughts on what happened this week.
It really is shifting daily. I mean, did you see the demo they dropped on Tuesday?
Oh, absolutely. It blew my mind.
I don't know if you can hear it very well, but this is pretty crazy and amazing. So after you are happy about the voices and basically the structure, what you can do, you can copy the text and forward it into your harness. I use OpenCode, and basically it will very easily allow you to adjust the speakers and the script. Now, what I did, I created a repository, which obviously you have here. And then I told it that I want to use Bright data in order to scrape the sources. So it scraped the sources, and eventually it created this sample episode, which is very accurate because these are really interesting stories that are the hottest stories. The hottest story is the fact that Vercel confirmed a security breach from yesterday. And then Cerberus, which is a very big company that allows inference, very fast inference. They are the competitors of Grok. So they are filing for IPO. And also it found an interesting article by Simon Willison, which if you don't follow, I highly recommend that you follow his weblog, about the difference between the system prompts of Claude Opus 4.6 and 4.7. Let's listen to the episode.
Good morning and welcome to The Bite. I'm Fenrir.
And I'm Puck, ready to decode the digital world with you. First up, Vercel's got a security problem.
That's right. Vercel, the front-end platform, confirmed a...
I'm going to pause here because I'm not sure what is the quality that you can hear. Anyway, you have, I uploaded the sample to the GitHub repository, which is obviously public, so you can definitely check it out. Let me see what else did I want to cover. I think that's pretty much it. All the instructions are over here. You can obviously adjust the host, the way that they speak, their tones, their vibe, and you can also adjust what you would like to scrape. At the moment, as I told you, it's top stories that are related to AI, but you can adjust it to crypto or whatever you would like. I think that's pretty much it. One more thing that afterwards I also generated a LinkedIn post about this using Remotion skill, which is pretty cool because it visualizes the whole idea, the whole process, which took me end to end. It took me like almost 3 hours, I guess 2 hours. From the moment that I had this idea until the moment that this repository was live, it was 2 hours. So yeah, this is pretty amazing and I think it's pretty valuable. I just wanted to initially mess around with the text-to-speech model, but then I said, okay, let's build something meaningful, and here I am sharing this something which I believe is meaningful. That's it for today, guys. Hopefully you found value in this project. Feel free to fork it, adjust it, or do whatever you would like with the project and the source code. If you like this video, obviously like and subscribe, and until next time, keep on automating.